Welcome to KBS World Radio. You're now tuned in to Korea24's Korea Book Club, where we explore the world of Korean literature. This is our weekend replay edition, playing back our book segment from Wednesday's show. We hope you enjoy it. I'm your host, Kwon Jang-woo. Once again, we have our literary critic Barry Welsh with us in the studio to introduce another book. Barry, hello. It's great to see you.
Yes, it's great to see you again.
Okay, so what book are you introducing to our listeners today?
So this week we're reviewing a novel called Your Republic is Calling You by Kim-yong. It was published in 2006 in Korea and translated into English by Gi-yong Kim and published in English in 2010. The Korean title is Biche Cheguk, and Kim is, of course, a very prominent South Korean author, known for his influential and often innovative contributions to modern Korean literature over the past couple of decades. And his career has been marked by his often unique storytelling style and his explorations of contemporary social issues and themes such as identity, family, modernity and consumerism, as well as we'll see in today's novel, the geopolitical tension between North and South Korea. He's also a celebrated essayist and travel writer, a screenplay writer, and even a translator of literature as well. And regular listeners will know that we've reviewed many of Kim's books and short stories in the past, including I Hear Your Voice and Black Flower, among some others as well. And today's novel, Your Republic is Calling You, revolves around Gi-yong, a seemingly ordinary middle-aged man living in Seoul with his wife and daughter. However, at the beginning of the novel, his life takes a highly dramatic turn when he discovers a mysterious letter that reveals that he's not who he appears to be. It turns out he's a North Korean spy who's been living undercover in South Korea for decades, and the novel unfolds over the course of one day as he grapples with the rather unexpected instructions he's received, and he'll make some choices that will alter his life forever.
Well, it sounds like a very gripping premise indeed, a story of a sleeper North Korean agent living here in Seoul, being called up by his country one day. It sounds it sounds great. Can you tell us more? What kind of story is this, though? Is it? And I understand that there are quite a few underlying themes that the author tries to tackle as well.
Right, yes. So Kim delves into a lot of different themes in this book. So this is a novel that definitely has a lot going on in it. So first of all, there's this, so identity is a central theme. So the protagonist, Gi-yong, he, over the course of this day, he struggles to reconcile his true self, whatever that may be, with the identity that he's lived for years. So he's been living as the person he's been pretending to be for so long that he's forgotten who he really is. So now, should he follow his orders from the North and betray his wife and daughter, or should he not follow these orders and instead betray his superiors and his handlers in the North with potentially deadly consequences? And then the novel explores, so through this dilemma that Gi-yong has, the novel is exploring the sort of ever-present tension between North and South Korea, and it offers a somewhat unique perspective on the very complex relationships between the two. There have, of course, been incidents, real-life incidents involving spies and so on between the North and South, and Kim's definitely drawing on some of those real-life events for this story. Additionally, another big theme in the book is the theme of family and the sacrifices that we sometimes make for the sake of a bigger cause, and in this regard, in his relationship with his family, Gi-yong is a very well-developed character. So his internal conflict and this sort of personal transformation that he goes through is genuinely captivating. I think most readers will find themselves empathizing with him and with his moral dilemmas, and he has these frequently painful choices that he has to make. And then as well, there's also two other main characters. So we have Gi-yong's wife and daughter, who each have their own stories. Their stories are just as significant as Gi-yong's story in the book. So this sort of provides a sort of multi-faceted depth to the story. And what the novel is really interested in is a comparison between North Korea and South Korea, and analysing the different types of corruption, dissolution and alienation that these three characters experience depending on who they owe their loyalty to.
Yes, so it's quite thought-provoking stuff. There's certainly a lot going on. But when we think about spy thrillers, we might expect things like espionage, gunfights, and daring escapes and whatnot. But is it that kind of book, or is it perhaps a more cerebral type of spy novel?
Right, yeah, so it's definitely not your typical spy thriller. When I was sort of researching for this review today, there's lots of reviews online where people are complaining that they were expecting a sort of more traditional spy thriller with, gadgets and espionage and so on. But this definitely isn't that novel. This is more of a typical Kim Young-ha sort of story, especially from this period when he was writing. It's more of a modernist and even postmodernist take on the spy genre. So he's definitely setting out to subvert those expectations that you might have of a spy story. That espionage element, it really is just there as a metaphor for what Kim sees as the hidden dualities that just regular people living in society have. So all of the characters in this book, or at least the three main characters, they're all living double or secret lives in some way. And so Kim's exploring sort of how we change in our life and how these changes can catch us off guard.
Right, so don't go in expecting James Bond or Jason Bourne or anything like that. It sounds almost more like a domestic drama at times
right.
But still gripping nonetheless, with layers of depth and complexity. So then, how best should we approach this work? Who do you think would most enjoy Your Republic is Calling, and why?
Right, yes. So this is a novel that offers, like you said, a lot of depth and complexity. It's certainly a captivating read for a particular type of audience. So it's not catering to that traditional spy stuff, but it does have a lot to offer to readers who appreciate, character-driven stories, thoughtful exploration of social issues, and even, intimate look at the intricacies of family dynamics and human relationships. I think it would also appeal to readers with an interest in, modern Korean literature in general, or depictions of Korea in the early 2000s, right? So it was published 2006, and it's, very clearly set in the period just before that. It's very interesting to see how Kim depicts Korea at this time. And Kim's approach to that spy angle, using it as the sort of metaphor, is also a sort of, intellectually appealing a dimension to the story as well. And if you're just a fan of Kim Young-ha's work in general, the ones that this book reminded me of were I Hear Your Voice, Photoshop Murder, and I Have the Right to Destroy Myself. And all of those are stories dealing with urban alienation, identity, and sort of twisting aspects of genre storytelling. So if you've read those, definitely check this one out. This is, it's a book that invites readers to explore the intricate nature of human existence. It's reflective and contemplative, and I think it will linger in the mind with many readers long after they finish reading.
Okay, so that was Your Republic is Calling You by Kim Young-ha, and that was our pick for this week's Korea Book Club. Barry, thank you for that review. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, take care.
KBS World Radio.